What if I told you that right now, sitting in your kitchen, there could be food contaminated with metal, fragments, glass shards, even bacteria from contaminated facilities? And it's not just one product, it's happening across the entire system. Hello, swivelheads. This is Greg Allison. We're not talking about some distant war or abstract threat. We're talking about your food supply. Because over the past few weeks, we've seen a surge in recalls across the United States that cannot be ignored. And when you step back and look at the pattern, this starts to look less like isolated incidents and more like a system under stress. Let's start with the one that caught a lot of attention, a recall involving pizza, focaccia bread products tied to Trader Joe's. These products were pulled because of possible metal contamination. Let that sink in. Not spoilage, not expiration, metal inside the food. This means that something in the manufacturing process failed badly enough that fragments made it all the way into the consumer packaging. Now, if this were just a one-off event, we could write it off, but it's not. We're seeing similar issues across multiple brands and categories. Take another case. A massive frozen food recall impacted millions of pounds of product, like maybe 37 million pounds. This time, glass contamination. Yeah, glass. This means that consumers could unknowingly bite into food containing fragments capable of serious injury. Your mouth, your tongue. Imagine that inside your intestines. Not a good place to have sharp shards of glass, now is it? And now this gets even far worse because one of these recalls involves baby food products from Gerber. Yes, your trusted brand name, Gerber. And these are arrowroot biscuits, products specifically designed for infants. Recall due to contamination concerns. When baby food gets recalled, that tells you something critical. The safety net is not holding. Now let's zoom out because one of the broader reports is highlighting something even far more disturbing. Multiple products across the supply chain tied to rodent contamination concerns. Yeah, and bird droppings. Birds and rodents. Worst part, rodents everywhere. And this isn't just a bad batch. This points to failures in storage, sanitation, and quality control. These are supposed to be baseline protections that are supposed to prevent contamination like this in the first place. They have failed massively at scale. And it doesn't stop with food. There are also a recall involving alcohol prep pads due to microbial contamination. Now, microbes, alcohol preps, now you just wouldn't think that those would be connected. But yeah, that's actually happened. So let me translate that. Even products used for sanitation and medical prep are showing up with contamination issues. And that's a different layer entirely. Now, here's the question. Are these just random, unrelated failures? Or are we looking at something bigger? Because when you stack these up, metals in processed food, glass in frozen meals, contaminants in baby food, rodent exposure in storage, bacterial in medical supplies. That's not just noise. That's a signal, a very bad signal. And let's be blunt. This is what happens when supply chains are stretched thin. Quality control gets rushed. Cost cutting overrides safety margins. And that happens way too often. And massive centralized production systems becoming fragile. You don't get resilience, you get failure cascades. Worse yet, the big corporations allow, especially here in the U.S., certain chemicals and preservatives, coloring, texture, and taste in our food is supposed to enhance all these things that are not allowed in European countries, not even in Russia, and a lot of other countries too. 90% of toothpaste have been found to contain high amounts of heavy metals. This even includes trusted brand names, toothpaste, even made especially for children. I've shown the test data for this, for these brands, in a previous video that I posted on this channel. And if you think food products are bad, have you stopped to consider what goes into personal care and beauty products? Yeah, it is likely far worse due to lesser regulation. And just remember, your skin soaks up chemicals from lotions, sunscreens, hand soap, shampoos, makeup, dish detergent, and cleaning products, just to mention a few cases. These go from your skin right into your bloodstream. I've also shown the contaminants in dish detergent, even Dawn. They're not even listed on the bottle in a previous video I've done. It is no wonder that so many new health problems are popping up in our population now. What do you think? And the sad truth, the big corporations have found it is far cheaper to allow that poison into their products and just settle lawsuits than to provide good, clean, healthy products in the first place. Even worse, many of these products are advertised as healthy. So now let's bring this back to what matters, you and your family, because the takeaway here is not panic, it's awareness and action. You should be thinking about certain things like where your food and consumer products comes from, how many processing steps it goes through, how dependent are you on centralized systems, the big corporations, because the more complex the system, the more ways it can fail. Reliability is inversely proportional to parts counts or process steps. So here's what I recommend. Pay attention to recalls. Inspect food before consuming, because it's often in your kitchen shelf before they make a recall. Diversify your food sources. Keep a reserve of trusted products and hope that they are worth being trusted. Reduce reliance on ultra-processed foods. They're just bad for you, point blank, my friends. Grow your own food. And I've covered that many times. Buy food at a local farmer's market if you can't grow your own, or the Amish. This is basic preparedness. In a moment, I'm going to share with you another great alternative, especially for snacks, drink mixes, consumer products, to escape these contaminations, these contaminants. So, because here's the uncomfortable truth. Food and product safety issues are often early warning indicators. They show up before larger systems break down, before shortages, before disruptions, before panic buying. And we might be seeing a lot of that with the coming shortages I'm expected due to recent events with the Strait of Hormuz and perhaps the Bab el-Mandeb Strait that leads into the Red Sea. Yeah, shortages of fertilizers we may be seeing. Indeed. So let's wrap this up clearly. What we're seeing here is a spike in contamination recalls across multiple product categories, affecting both food and medical supplies, consumer goods across the board. That tells us one thing. The system is under pressure and it's cracking. So you don't need to panic, but you do need to adapt because the people who recognize patterns early are the ones who stay ahead of them. So what do you need to watch for? Increased recalls, and they are increasing significantly. And a lot of stuff does not get recalled, my friends. So that's just the things they catch. You got to keep that in mind. And some things are allowed. Supply chain disruptions, price volatility, and safe products. If this trend continues, we'll be covering it here. So I'm going to show you guys some articles on this because it's going to go more in detail. And you're going to find it shocking what is actually out there, what we've really got to be concerned about. And before we get into that, I'm also going to show you an alternative, a safe alternative for you and your family that gets you out of these contaminated, nasty products. So, my friends, here we go. Bing, bing, bing. So just some of you have seen this already, and you know there's 12 companies together that own over 550 consumer brands. My friends, these are the companies who now dictate the ingredients that go into a lot of these products. They change formulations on multiple products within their domains to make them cheaper, to make them have longer shelf life, to have that texture, the taste, the color. Like I said, ingredients that are not allowed in many countries you get here. And some of these products aren't even foods. They're not even regulated the same way. So, you know, and this is a lot of different things here. And you're going to see some of this coming up in a minute, some of these products in here. Yeah, I don't think you consume Tampax or Pampers, for example. Head and Shoulders, Gillette, shaving products, Braun. Yeah, a lot of different. Dove. You thought Dove was safe? It might have used to been. So you've got Cheerios, my friends. Cheerios is going to come up again in a minute. Perrier. Yeah, they found stuff in Perrier now. You know, it's supposed to be in the good, clean water. It just goes on and on and on. Yeah, there's false advertising what they do with Perrier and just a lot of this stuff, my friends. Vaseline. Oh, yeah, a lot of this stuff that you think is clean is something else. Garden Gourmet. Kit Kats. Coffee Mate. It just the list is big. All these things that you think is good, you better think again about it. You better do some Colgate. Yeah, I've covered Colgate, Crest, and other supposedly healthier brands of toothpaste. So Olay, Ivory, Dawn. I've covered Dawn, Bounce, Loves. Guys, Kool-Aid. Yeah, we got alternatives for some of this stuff here in a minute, my friends. But again, these 12 companies, they dictate now what goes in. Velveeta, yeah, yum, yum, yum. Heinz, Kraft, Oscar Mayer, Wiener. All right, so so guys, you really got to pay attention to this. Oh yeah, Skittles and things like that too. And we're going to hit Skittles, believe it or not. I'm going to show you some stuff that's going to blow your mind. So, and these 12 companies, and whenever you vote for these companies, my friend, there are support other things. Like the majority shares in these companies are controlled by the big three asset management companies like BlackRock. Who owns BlackRock and what else he controls if you don't do some research. Anyway, here's your good alternative, switchwithgreg.com. This is a website I set up. We can fill it out and we'll introduce you to a family-owned manufacturer made right here in the United States that does not put any of their money into advertising, so they put it more into their product safety and quality. No advertising. It all goes into product safety. Their products are non-toxic. They don't have the chemicals in them. They don't have this mess in them. They have good quality control. It's a family-owned company made in the U.S. of A, supporting American jobs, and they pride themselves in quality and safety. They do extensive safety testing. Even the cleaners they sell are plant-based. So it's all natural, my friends. This is good news. Good news. And you can get your non-durable consumer goods and items. A lot of stuff here, my friends. So check it out. A lot of data here on this site about these products, about things you have been supporting, problems with Johnson and Johnson, and just the lawsuits that's been out there on some of this stuff, customer testimony. So just come here and check out switchwithgreg.com. Switchwithgreg.com. There'll be links in the show notes and pin notes. Switchwithgreg.com. Fill out this form and hit the submit form button. And I got a good friend who's a member of the community who will assist you with getting on board with this. Her name is Lisa. And my friends, check this out. Your data will not go beyond her and I. Your data will not be sold. This is my website. So let's go on and show you some of these other things with these products. Here's a pizza recall from 10 states. 10 states, my friend. Pizza and bread sold in 10 states with metal shards in them. This is your Trader Joe's bread and roasted tomato and Parmesan. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff involved in this. It's not just the breads. So, my friends, don't it look pretty? You just didn't know it had glass in it. Oh, metal shards and glass. Yeah, there's both. This report's on metal shards. Well, we're going to come back to Trader Joe's and some other outlets here in a minute because they got glass in them too. Metal's not enough. Got sick. Now, this is what's really going to get you. Got sick after a recall product? Here's what you should know. Here we're talking about more than 2,000 food, medicine, pet food, and other household goods got rodent and bird waste in them. And what does it say here? Yuck. Exactly. Yuck. More than 2,000 products. And we're going to give you some, and the FDA is talking about salmonella and bacterial pathogens here. According to the FDA, these conditions elevate the risk for these pathogens. And, this is across Minnesota, Indiana, North Dakota, and possibly other states. What are we talking about? These foods include, but are not limited to, Pringles, potato crisp, Cheerios cereal. Remember I said I was going to bring up Cheerios? I used to feed my kids Cheerios. I thought it was the safest thing in the world to give them. Skittles, yes, and other candies. Nutrella, hazelnut spread. Man, I used to like that. Jif peanut butter. I used to like that. Wow. Gatorade and Coca-Cola beverages. Breakfast cereals. Lucky Charms. Boy, how lucky can you be eating rat poop? Rice Krispies. Special K, which was sold for its health at one time. Instant coffee and other snack foods. Like what other snack foods? I mean, it's 2,000 brands, people. And medications and supplements. Common cold and flu remedies like Tylenol, Advil, Benadryl, various dietary supplements and vitamins, medicinal devices regulated by the FDA, pet foods and products, cosmetic supplies, and household goods. My friends, this is heinous. Talking about gastrointestinal issues, fevers, chills, dehydration, prolonged vomiting, and diarrhea. That can be health. That can threaten your life. Headaches, muscle ache, fatigue, more severe complications in people with weakening immune systems, young children, pregnant people. Why does it say people? Does that suggest men get pregnant? And the elderly. Some of y'all may think that. I don't know. So, my friends, check out the FDA recalls. Do not consume or use recall. A lot of times you don't know stuff's recalled. You've already bought it. It's on your shelf already before they do the recall. And how do you know? How do you know? Is everybody running in, checking the FDA, taking everything you buy and checking the lot number against everything you bring out of the grocery store, against the big box store, and bumping against some FDA recall list? How many times have you done that? If you do that, put a 1 in the notes in the comment section below. I want to hear it. Tell me you do it. If you don't, you can tell me about that too. What do you do? Gerber Products. Gerber company announces voluntary recall of limited batches of arrowroot biscuits due to foreign material. A following supplier recall. Foreign material. Now, what is that? One thing I heard about was mold, but foreign material sounds like, it was plastic. Yeah. Presence of a soft plastic and or paper pieces that should not be consumed. Well, those paper pieces didn't come out of a toilet. Who knows, my friends? This is from the FDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration. I'm going to tell you, the FDA and Department of Agriculture allow a lot of stuff to go through. I should do a video on that because my dad used to work for the FDA, and he was a food safety inspector. And he had horror stories, horror stories. He even got on an two ABC news specials because of it. Hey, organic black beans recalled over pesticide residue. What? They're supposed to be organic. Why they got pesticides in them? Yeah. And if they're chili bean blend organic, soup mix organic, yeah, several things here. The hazard. Yeah. The company reports that organic beans involved in recalled items contain pesticide residue. Yeah. And then here we are with what is this? Oh, this is aphrodisiac chocolates. Oh my gosh. There's a whole bunch of different products in here that's got issues that are being recalled. This is under Consumer Affairs. That's their website. Do you check Consumer Affairs every time you buy a product? Probably not. Now, this is going to blow your mind. Major food recall expands to 37 million pounds of Trader Joe's and Kroger products over glass concerns. Glass. Recalls include chicken, fried rice, ramen, like ramen noodles, and shamai, I guess. What was that? Oh, she just skipping on me. I hate it when these articles do that. A lot of different things here, my friends. Oh, these stupid ads popping in. A lot of different things. Among affected products are, oh, we got an ad playing. Soy sauce. I got to kill that. I don't know what's playing. I can't have music on here. Could be copyright or something. So I got to end that. Yeah. I hate it when something auto starts playing. But anyway, why the broken glass frozen food recall affecting Trader Joe's is so massive. The reason why food manufacturers and distributor, how you pronounce it, AJI, Ajanamanato. Yeah, somebody actually had to file complaints to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They filed complaints on before this stuff was recalled. That's what it says. Following 4 consumer complaints. Wow. Here it is. Vegetable fried rice, chicken shumai, whatever, the Japanese style fried rice and chicken fried rice. Just goes on and on and on. The number of products contaminated, and this is probably even a different contamination recall, just goes on and on. Again, thousands of bread, pizza items recalled in 10 states over possible metal contamination. And now this back Covor, whatever name, voluntarily recalled 25,000 cases of this bread and pizza products across 10 states. And here it is. This is the case where you had these alcohol wipes, large alcohol prep pads recalled. And again, this is an FDA site here, my friends. I'm not making this up. Some people don't believe what I put out here, but I'm bringing all this data to you. This is data, my friends. So again, when you think about all these things, maybe you'll think real careful about going to switchwithgreg.com, checking this out. Get you some good, clean products that you can trust to use for yourself and your family. I'm going to stop the share now. And I just got to say that these are things you've got to pay a lot of attention to, because the next phase of this may not be just contamination. It may be availability or worse, contamination. When availability gets short and people are taking shortcuts, more crap gets in your stuff. So, but availability you got to worry about, because when that happens, most people will already be too late. Grow your own food whenever possible. And if you want to stay ahead of this curve, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Bang the bell, click all, because we're going to keep connecting these dots. For my video on toothpaste, click right here. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And with that, I'm going to say, Greg out.